Alright guys, welcome back to yet another video. So this one we're going to be talking about iOS 17.1 Developer Beta 1 as it was just released a couple days ago, about half a week at this point. And so we're going to go over it, some things I've noticed, some, I don't know, maybe bugs. We'll talk about it. So let's hop right into it. Alright, so the first thing we'll do here is check our build number. So we'll go into Settings, General, and then click About. You'll see it is 21B5045H. And so this H means that there's a good few betas left. Again, this is just beta 1. I would expect it to be about around a month before iOS 17.1 comes out to the public. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind there. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about here is actually the ringtones. So for those of you who did not know, iOS 17, like the release candidate, brought a ton of new ringtones, and they were all there for that beta, or that release there, but then on iOS 17.1 beta 1, every new ringtone is gone. So let's go into sounds and haptics here and then click on ringtone, and you'll see it's all just the classic old ones that have been here for who knows how long. But you'll see, like, it's the classic ones. Like, for some reason, every new ringtone is gone. Now, I've heard some people talk about how the new ringtones were really quiet or weren't acting as they were supposed to. So potentially, maybe Apple removed them in this beta to fix them and get them right before adding them back. So I really don't know. I guess we'll just kind of see what Apple ends up doing. All right, so the next one here is actually AirDrop via Apple Watch. And so this was a feature promised by Apple in the early stages of iOS 17. The feature didn't actually end up coming out in watchOS 10 or iOS 17. However, people are saying that the feature is actually now active inside of iOS 17.1 and watchOS 10.1. So I've tried it. What's kind of weird is so you put the two items together. So if I put them together like this, so you'll see right here it says use your iPhone to exchange contact cards. Now, I saw like Zolotech, for example. He's another tech channel like this one, but he'll do it and it actually works. So what I don't know is why mine's not working. Now, I did see that this feature, name drop, is just available for the Apple Watch Series 6 and later. This is an Apple Watch SE first generation, so maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe that's the reason that it's not working. Maybe my watch just didn't quite make the cut. I think it should have because it is the same processor as the Series 6. But it hasn't worked yet. Every time I try and... Alright, so it just says use your iPhone to exchange contact cards. Now, I've gotten name drop and AirDrop whatever to work with my iPhone just fine, but for some reason, it's just not working with the watch, so I'll keep an eye on that one. Alright, so next thing here is actually a weird little new change to wallpapers. So if we go to like a regular wallpaper here, this one's just one that I found, and we hold down on it to customize, and then we click on customize here, and then click on it again. There's actually, so you know how, you can still, but you can just grab it and then extend the wallpaper. This one's kind of weirdly glitchy. It's like, there's a weird little line going on there. But, you can extend it just like that, right? Weirdly enough, though, there's actually a button down here that says extend wallpaper, and so if you turn it off, it'll just have the wallpaper exactly how it was originally designed. And then if you crop it out here to get it to extend, you'll see the feature will be enabled by default, but I guess if you want to reset it back to normal, you just click that, and there you go. I feel like this wasn't that necessary of a change. However, man, the brightness is messed up here. However, I guess it's fine to have, make it a little easier. All right, so the next feature here actually has to do with music. And so if we go into the music app here, now, Apple talked about this a while ago, but we now finally have a new favorites option inside of the music. So basically, if we take the song here, make sure the volume's down. But anyways, if we click play, right, so it'll play for a second, and you'll see up here we actually have this new little star button where you click on it and it'll automatically add the song to like your favorites. Or if you kind of look at it through your lock screen, you'll see there is actually a new button down here, which is star, not heart. This one's really glitchy for me. Like, it's slow, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, just then it worked. Like right now it's pretty slow. Again, like first beta thing, so I didn't expect it to be perfect. But it is a new favorites button there, which will be awesome for just kind of favoriting your music and making it a little easier to see. And then if you, of course, go into your library, click maybe artist, for example, say you favorited artist here, you'll see they have these little stars beside them, and you'll see I automatically have it sorted by favorited right here. Or if we went into albums, for example, click up here, click favorited, you'll see if we turn off the filter, there would be favorited albums if I had favorited the albums. But yeah, so fun little thing there. When you favorite it, it'll automatically get added to your little thing down here. Yeah, pretty cool little feature. I like to be able to favorite the music, and so I know that I'll be using this feature for sure. All right, and lastly, let's cover battery health and battery life. So if we go into settings really quick, and then we go down to battery here. So you'll see this is, again, iPhone 13 Pro. I've mentioned it a couple times, but our battery health is currently at 89%. And if you've been following any of these videos, it's been sitting at a solid 89% for a while, like quite a while. It's been a couple months, honestly. It's been at 89%. So, I mean, that's awesome. No problems with that. But yeah, still at 89% after 2 years. So that's I'm pretty happy with that. You'll see if we click on the last 10 days here, you'll see just kind of how things were. I've been using a lot of battery lately, almost to dead. You'll see today I've not used it. I mean, I've used it for about 2 hours now. Still at 80%, although I think the first about hour was on the charger, so really about an hour and 80%, which is okay, not awesome. Yesterday, I had 4 hours and 18 minutes of screen on time with 1 hour and 49 minutes of screen off time, and I used like 85% of my battery life there. The day before this was even bigger. Goodness, I had 5 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time with 5 hours and 29 minutes of screen off time, and I used just under 100% of my battery. And so you'll see like it fluctuates a ton, like same amount of battery here, but like a completely different time frame. So it really does fluctuate quite a lot depending on the day. Typical, it gets me through the day without many issues. Granted, most of my use cases are just light usage, some camera usage, stuff like that. But for the most part, it gets me through the day just fine without any problems. And I've really not had any trouble with battery. iOS 17.0.2 is the latest public release, and it was pretty insane with battery life. Like everyone, and a lot of people have talked about it too, but a lot of people were having awesome battery life there. And even on iOS 17.1 beta 1, battery life is still pretty well, I would say. I mean, and this is just my own personal experience. Yours most likely will vary. But I've really not had a ton of battery issues. I mean, it's not as good as 17.0.2, but I would still consider it a pretty solid day for battery life. All right, that pretty much wraps up our Saturday iOS coverage. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, as it helps me out a ton. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys thought. And yeah, let me know. You want to hear when you want to see more of this coverage going on, because I am happy to do it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one. So yeah, bye guys.